Tashi Delek. I extend my deepest gratitude to the esteemed Venerable Vice Chancellor Professor Wangchuk Dorji Negi, Registrar Ma'am Dr. Sunita Chandra, to all the esteemed faculty here, and to my dear students, or I would rather say the graduating class of Shiksha Shastris who are here. It is indeed an honor to be back amongst all of us, since in the Indian Army I have had the chance of serving on the Indo-Tibet border, and I have had the chance of staying in a lot of houses where we all were together. So on those borders I have seen the action also, along with some few of you might know that we do have a arm of Tibetan soldiers also, which is not very well publicized, but it is very much there, and I was fortunate that we have had time together. And I have closely been involved with a lot of people there, a lot of things, and I found that basically our cultures are very similar. If you talk about the culture which is of Indians, as they say, the Sarnath today they are talking about, if you go back to the times immemorial and you read the text and then you compare it to the Tibetan text that we have, it is almost the same. We talk about the same philosophies, we talk about the same ideals, and we talk about the same values in life. So with that as a small prelude, let's move ahead with this small talk that I have prepared for, especially for all of us. And whenever I talk about our culture, it will mean our Tibetan culture. And when I talk about our religion, it means Buddhism, because I have done a bit of my study about this in the last 3-4 days and tried to inculcate it within my talk. The topic I chose very deliberately about embracing the journey. Now, why I said embracing the journey, it is something like when we move out on a trip, you always tell people, okay, wish you the best for your journey. But then the journey, you do not know where it will take you, whom all you will go and meet in your life, who all are the people who are going to come into your life, how are you going to go to those places where you're going to reach, and what is your karma. We talk about karma. So where does my karma lead all of us? So the major thing out here is we need to embrace this journey, because this is our journey. I think we are all on this together. This is our journey, it is my journey, it is your journey, it is the journey of the complete community. So let us embrace it and move forward. And why I say it is your path to making a difference. Making a difference, you do not need to be the vice chancellor of a university. You do not need to be a general in the Indian Army. You don't need to be the principal. Wherever I stand, like I am standing in front of you today, so I am hoping that this interaction of ours, I would be learning a lot of things from you, and I would be talking about certain things maybe which would be of use to you in your future. So it is embracing the journey, your path to making a difference. And I have also put it into my own thing as one of the lectures in my Let's Talk series. I am also a professional coach and NLP practitioner. So this would form a part of the the library there as one of the more memorable ones. I welcome you to your new beginnings. We are going into a new life now, wherein you all will be going to different places, and you will be going and doing what you are supposed to do, what you have been taught to do, and what you have taken a pledge to do. Now, in our culture, the idea of embarking on a journey is often seen through the lens of spiritual growth. In fact, it is your spirit which is moving out. The body is simply a vessel. Essentially, you are taking your spirit along, and the spirit, like it has been taught to us in our culture, it is nothing but it is a free will. It is something that is always positive. There is nothing negative about it, and generally when we talk about the spirit, we always talk about it in a white color, in a better manner. And His Holiness the Dalai Lama, he also teaches that every journey begins with a small step. So that means, I am feeling quite uncomfortable today because I am leaving this cocoon wherein I have my friends, I have my teachers, I have everybody who has been supporting me till today. But now I need to take that small step out of this gate, knowing that I may return, but next time when I return, I will come back as a alumni, as a visitor, but not as a part of the same organization. So you feel slightly afraid. That is what I'm talking about out here, is that in the heart you feel ki kya hone wala hai, what's going to happen tomorrow now. So each step is a chance for personal transformation. Keep your minds open. I always talk about this, about mindsets. I always say keep your minds open in a manner that don't go in with a notion that what you are thinking is correct, or what the other people are doing is correct. Go and find out what is good for all of us and what we can do to make our life better. And it works for the whole community. I'm not talking about just our community, that is a Tibetan community. Tomorrow I will go to a place where you'll have a lot of other people also who are going to be in the society. So we have to take everybody together. So starting a new career, as I said, is very daunting. It's very exciting. Now Buddhism, it emphasizes the importance of viewing new beginnings as opportunities for personal development and, as we said, spiritual awakening. There is a proverb which says the mind is everything, what you think you become. The best example for this I have always felt is water. Now if you take water, if you put it into the glass, it takes the shape of a glass. You put it into a different vessel, it takes the shape of that vessel. So what we need to do is keep our spirit so pure, our mindset so open, that wherever we go, we imbibe what is there, and thereafter then you start shaping the vessel as per the requirement of the community and what you think is correct. So that is how we need to go ahead. Be positive and believe in yourself. You are the best. It's not that I am saying it, but I am very sure you are the best people here to lead whatever is to be done for the society, for the community to go ahead. So go ahead with a positive frame of mind. Don't worry about the world. There will be a lot of people, who will be taking you in other directions. Listen to them. Understand what is going on. You have to take the views of everybody. Once you move into the community, it cannot be that, okay, this is my way or it is the highway. So it is not like that. You don't have it my way and highway. It is generally, okay, it is our way now. And how to do it best? When you sit with the community, I'm just giving you an example like ma'am would know and our senior Guruji would know. When you have 40 people or 50 people or 100 people sitting together, and then you ask for ideas, you will find that your own ideas would match with some of the people in the community there. And that is how you influence. Keep your mind open. It might be that sir would have something I would not have thought about it, so I incorporated. So ultimately what you do, you make a bigger plan in which you involve everybody. These slides are here which are only for reference. You might like to read them because I would be going on a different explanation path, but they are definitely here to stay. Now we talk about goals. We start off anything, but then if you are moving out in life, you have to have a goal. I'm not talking about purpose. These are two different things. Anybody can tell me what is the difference between a purpose and a goal? Anyone, even you can just try it. Anyone, please. A purpose and a goal. Someone would like to try?
Goals can be achieved in a smaller time period. And
Okay.
purpose is for a long time.
Purpose is for a long time and goals can be achieved in a short period. Very nice. I think we should clap for him. It's a very nicely, he has brought it out. But I would like to, get something more than this. Anybody else who can give something more? This is what he has given as a small little definition. Maybe not a definition, but we have come to the very close word about this. Anybody? I can request even the faculty also. If someone can just tell me purpose and a goal.
So purpose comes from like whole life, and goal is like actions which we are taking.
Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful. I think ma'am के लिए भी clap कर सकते हैं. Think this is the one thing that I tell you. You know, this is what I tell everybody. We are all free spirits. Let's celebrate every moment from today. Whatever I do, I will have people clapping for me. People will be clapping together and standing. You see, unless we clap and we cheer each other, how do you think we'll go ahead? Tomorrow I will be, say, in Mana, somebody else would be in Dharamshala, but when we hear about each other that somebody has done something good, so how do you clap in that case? On a WhatsApp or on Facebook or somewhere you put a message, isn't it? But now that we are all physically here, so let's clap and do that. Now purpose, very nicely what madam has said, purpose is what do you want to do with your life. It's not a small thing, it is a very big thing. Life means you're talking about maybe 100 years, 120 years. But then goals are, you know, those milestones. Like you want to go from here to say Delhi. So initially you will reach Allahabad, from there you will reach another place. So these are small things that will be like your goals, and your ultimate purpose would be to reach Delhi. So a purpose in life is very big. Right now at your stage or at my stage, even now for me, I do not know what my purpose is. After coming out of the army, I was, you know, trained to be a soldier out there, to look after the borders and to keep our people safe. I think that is what is generally what a soldier means. But now that I have come out from there, I feel my purpose is that, look, I have stayed there for so much of time. I have come back to my roots. These are my roots. मैं आप लोगों के बीच में था. I think we can understand Hindi also ना a bit. Okay, अगर मैं आप लोगों के बीच में था, मैं यहाँ से select होके, the army thought that okay, he is good to become an officer and do something in his life for the country. So I did that. Now that I am back, I need to bring out all those 32 years, whatever I have done there as an experience, whatever I have learned from so many places. I have been posted to, I think, almost all the corners of the country. But my majority of the service is on the Indo-Tibet border of around 8 years. So, that be the case, we need to give back to the community. What are you going to do tomorrow? It's the same purpose. And as teachers, I think most of us are teachers only here, the graduating class, or do we have other students also? Okay, so if we are going out, what are you doing? You're giving back to the community again. So let's be very sure that we know how to make a goal. Now, a goal has to have these 4 letters. I think most of us would have known this. You have heard about it before, SMART goals? Yes or no, please? I think let's interact more. I'll be going that way so that, you know, even I also feel some energy coming in. First thing is that the goal has to be SMART. In that, S is the specificity. That is that your goal has to be specific. What do you want to do? I want to go and see a movie is not a specific goal. I want to go and see this name movie at so and so time, at so and so location, along with so and so people. Thereafter I will have dinner outside in this hotel. At that time I will eat this type of food. So you have to be very specific, measurable in the terms that okay, measurability is at what time, how much of money, how will you go there, how will you come back. That is actionable. You should be able to do it. Action ले सकते हैं हम. It should be actionable, that some action can be taken. Then is relevant or realistic. You know, I cannot plan to go and see a movie today in Paris. So my goal has to be realistic, that okay, in Varanasi itself I can go to a couple of places and have a see a movie. And time bound, that look, I have to do it today evening, I have to do it by so and so time. So you have to have goals which are SMART. Now what happens is generally that we become, you know, somewhat lost. We are unable to understand what is required and not reach that SMART goal. Not always. So therein what happens is, you have your friends. You can ask one of your friends, look here, I am getting slightly confused. I have to do 2, 3, 4 things, but I am unable to understand how to go about it, how to set my goals. You can ask them. You can also ask your own teachers. or your mentors, or you can ask a professional coach or an advisor or somebody who can help you out with the goal setting. And down below, that is my favorite saying, a goal should scare you a little, but excite you a lot. Scaring is, क्या मैं इसको कर पाऊंगा या नहीं? And exciting means, this is something that I love to do and I want to do it. So I am very excited to do it, that even in the morning when I wake up, I should be just waking up and saying, okay, let's do it now. मैं काम अच्छा कर रहा था. Like for this thing, like today's lecture, for the last 3-4 days, till right around 2 o'clock, because in the daytime I am in the hospitals there. I am looking after the medical system there. So in the daytime I am in the hospital, then meeting the director or the MS or other people. So evening what I used to do, after 6 o'clock I used to sit down. And then I started to think about what should I do. It's very easy to give a lecture. But then to make it meaningful, to make it specific, and to customize it to a particular audience, you have to do study. And I am thankful to God Almighty that I got a chance to at least, I will not say that I know this Tibetan culture very deeply or otherwise, but then I have been able to touch upon a lot of things, and I know that I am going to delve in deeper after this. So, a goal should scare you, but excite you a lot. Now, there are navigation challenges that we are facing. Now, transforming the mind and cultivating compassion, wisdom, and resilience. I think these three are the three corners of what teachings even we have been learning here in the institute, isn't it? His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, he also says that look, you should have compassion, you should have wisdom, and you should have resilience, so that you are able to understand what really the world wants, what the community wants, and how are we going to take them ahead. Now this spiritual discipline that we have inculcated today, this focuses purely on systematic training of the mind to overcome all your negative thoughts that you have, and you have to foster only positive qualities. We need to be positive all the time. You will find that there is a lot of events happening in life. Lot of people will be, resenting what you are doing because you are doing a good thing. There will be a lot of people who will be trying to tell you, नहीं इसको ऐसे नहीं, ये गलत है, हम इसको इस तरह से करते हैं. But don't get lost. There's what happens in a disco. In the disco, there is a loud music going on, isn't it? And then you have a lot of people with whom you have gone. You want to talk to them also. But in that sound, what happens is your voice gets lost, you are unable to talk to your friend, and what they want to convey you do not know. So think of the world as a big discotheque, wherein there is a loud music going on, everybody is talking their own thing. Now to make yourself heard, or to hear what is good for you or for the community, that is what we need to sieve. So the practice of transforming difficulties into opportunities for growth is central to our spiritual practice, and this is what I think our studies here have also taught us. Now there is a Tibetan proverb that adversity introduces a man to himself. Till the time you don't put gold through fire, you cannot make ornaments from it, correct? You heat it up, you beat it, and then you find that you are able to make ornaments. So it's a similar thing with our spirit, that unless it faces adversities, you will not shine through. Okay, look, this person is so good that even after so many things happening, he has had personal losses, the environment has not been with him, so that can be done. Now this is one concept we call, pardon me if I don't pronounce it correctly, it is Lo Zhong. Something we talk about mind training. So here I will now take your help. What exactly is this, and how do you think we can use it in our future life? Anyone please. I have given out some sort of definitions here. Yes please, please. Please go ahead.
माइंड ट्रेनिंग के लिए जैसे आपने लिखा हुआ है, हमारे जो माइंड माइंड की ट्रेनिंग के लिए होता है, जिसके तहत हम अपने हम लोग जो डिप्रेशन, स्ट्रेस जो भी होते हैं उसको हम लोग एक अच्छी शेप दे सकते हैं। जैसे कि एक हम लोग एक एग्ज़ाम का एक स्ट्रेस होते हैं, तो हम आगे जा कर के हम बहुत सारे तरीके सीख करके और माइंड को अपने काम रख करके हम अपने स्ट्रेस को कम कर सकते हैं। और इस तरह से हम लोग आगे फ्यूचर में भी चाह करके हम लोग कोई भी अगर सिचुएशन में, जिसे भी डिफ़िकल्टी सिचुएशन में हम चले जाते हैं, तो हम अपने दिमाग को काम रख करके हम आगे काम कर सकते हैं।
वंडरफुल, थैंक यू सो मच। आई थिंक क्लैपिंग नहीं हुआ? This is the concept of mind training, which teaches that obstacles are a part of our path to enlightenment. Now, enlightenment, you can think of it in various manners. One enlightenment is something like a monk who's doing. He's looking for ultimate peace. He goes into, he does a lot of meditation, other things, and thereafter he reaches a certain stage, from where he reaches the stage where he can understand Shunya, he can understand a lot of things, and there he becomes a religious master. Like we have His Holiness the Dalai Lama. But in our case, like you and me today, what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is, today I should come to know ki what I am doing, is it correct or not, number one. Number two, in this, if I am getting any challenges and opportunities, how do I resolve them? So here what is there is, we have 59 slogans, correct me if I am wrong, 59 slogans, isn't it, in Lojong. There are 59 sayings. These are available even online also, you can make those cards also, they are available. So each one of them gives you a saying or a proverb or something that you can, inculcate into your life. What I am saying is we do not need to go out from our own culture. Our culture is very deep, it is very rich, you have everything going for you. So now the salient idea of transformation, whereby a process of training, habituation, cultivation and cleansing, it induces a profound transformation. Once you go into these activities, like he brought out very well, that it cleanses your mind, it cleanses your spirit, and it prepares you for something which is higher in life. If I am peaceful today and I am at rest spiritually, my spirit is under my control, and I know that I am doing right. So tomorrow when you go out into the big, wide, bad world, you will find that things will go easy and people will recognize you. Like if you see today, the shine which is coming off each one of your faces is wonderful. Everybody is shining today. Tomorrow when you go out into the world, this is what the people will say, look, yeah, such purity of soul, such a lovely spirit, and that is visible on your face. So let us do what she or he says. They have come to tell us what is good for us. They have come to teach us all the good things in life so that we become better citizens. It is not always about marks, and it is not always about coming first in life. It's not about always, trying to be competitive. Unless I am at peace with myself, the world is at peace, competition does not count. Today the type of things which are happening all over the world, we are not at peace. So this is what we need to inculcate in the generations to come, that look, violence, war, such things are not going to be helpful, and we need to have peace to prosper and move ahead as one world. It cannot be different, we have different countries, we have different religions, everything, so we need to do that. Now, broadly speaking, all the teachings of Lord Buddha and associated commentarial explanations, they are, classified as mind training or as Lojong. Now, let's talk about seizing opportunities. One way of looking at opportunities is, we say that, I have problems in life. Everybody has problems? Sure. Now, today's problem very big is ki once this lecture gets over, I can go and play football. Very big thing, because playing football in the rainy weather is the best part of life. At least I have loved it. I have studied in Sainik School Imphal, so I still recall my days. when is to reign the perfect game for that day was football. So now how to seize this opportunity of playing football is ki okay, let's hear this person out. Once he goes away, then we can play football. Now our culture values the idea of embracing the moment. You know, every moment which comes in front of you, embrace it, own it. Thereafter, once you have owned it, you have understood it, then you can mold it to the way you want. That is how we see in the movies also, that the bigger masters who are there, they can, the bend lot of things, the wind can be bent to one side, you can start bending the will of other people also. So that can be done. And His Holiness the Dalai Lama, he teaches that compassion is the radicalism of our time. Today what has happened? We are not bothered about even our neighbors. We are not bothered about other people who are living around you. You go to any suburban city today like Delhi or other places, what you will find is there are huge flats, hundreds of people in flats. In my own building, there are 4 flats on my floor and I have never met the other 3. Older times what used to happen कि हम एक दूसरे के घर में एक कटोरी चीनी लेने के लिए, दही लेने के लिए भी जाते थे. Now people don't even go for that because there is Blinkit. You order everything on Blinkit, in 15 minutes that person will be getting and done. And if you go to some person's house, they are not ready to receive you also. वो दरवाजे में ऐसे बोलेंगे हाँ जी क्या चाहिए, अच्छा नहीं हमें नहीं चाहिए. So there it goes away. So what I am trying to tell today is that compassion needs to be there. Compassion is that if we find that my friend here, till yesterday he was laughing, today morning he has come to the class and is sitting quietly. I ask him, हाँ भाई दोस्त, सब ठीक? You see, in one moment सब बढ़िया. What happens is you are helping him also to come out, and maybe after some time he'll come out and share with you कि नहीं यार ऐसा हुआ था कल ना घर पे, my mother was not well, or my brother had a fight with somebody, something had happened, or my teacher he gave me these grades. So then you can help him out कि नहीं यार कोई बात नहीं, we are in this together, मैं तेरी help करता हूँ, and we can go ahead and do whatever is required to be done. So when educating the minds of our youth, we must not forget to educate their hearts. That is what His Holiness the Dalai Lama states. He has said this and I believe it 101%. You see, by just training your mind, what happens is you will learn concepts. But once you train your heart, then your heart and the brain, they become as one. And I always tell people, there is again a favorite caricature that I have seen in which one person is there, he is following his heart. His heart is going ahead of him, but to his leg, his mind is shackled. What I am trying to say is that these two things have to go with you. So wherever you apply your heart, the mind has to come along. But always listen to your heart and then to your mind and then do what is correct. What you perceive is correct and what would be helpful to the other people. So finally what I want to say here is, and what life says, that every experience is a chance to grow and it has a chance to make a positive impact. I'll give you a small example from my own life. Now I was in a place called Dharchula. Must have heard, some of you. Now Dharchula is the place where the Mansarovar trek starts. We were coming from there towards one of the places and our vehicle, it went off the mountainside. Now till that time I was a very good carrier soldier. You know what a carrier soldier is? I will do everything that is required to do to become competitive and to become a senior officer, become a general in life. Simple. I have to achieve success, come what may. So in the bargain, what was happening? My children were growing, my wife was at home, and because I used to move out in the morning at 6 o'clock for PT and then come back home only in the night around 9 or 10 o'clock, I did not know what is happening at the house. So there what happened? The mind was coming ahead. It was saying that leave everything to a side. I was not going home. I was not looking at, my parents also require me for some time. Come on, leave. But this accident, when it happened, Thereafter, my thought process completely changed. Then I started to follow my heart. My heart said, okay, family comes first, relatives come second, thereafter life comes third. So let's become better people. So that is what we are talking about here. You seize the opportunities, take all the chances, take all the experiences to become better in life. Now cultivating an open mind. Now this open mind is a concept, we talk about it a lot, but somehow दिमाग खुलता ही नहीं है कि नहीं? So if somebody can just share what do we mean by keeping an open mind, then I'll go ahead with what I have. To be liberal, good, one of them. Anything more you can add, madam? Anything to add? Open mind, what do you mean? He said liberal, it's very good. To accept? To accept new things. Very nice, wonderful. Anything what you'd like to add? No? This is also there, to say no is keeping an open mind. Saying yes is again open mind. Saying no is again open mind, which I will talk to you later, that in life we should learn to say no also. My life is my prerogative. If I am not comfortable with something, or I don't like something, or something is, not giving me a good feeling, then I draw my boundary and say no. Because otherwise what will happen? You will start gathering a lot of dust, a lot of muck, a lot of bad things in your own heart. Slowly you will find that you are getting, drawn down and then doing. But for today's case, no was not an answer. Now we have a practice which is called great perfection. Somebody has heard about it? Yes? Sock chain, sock chain, or there's something, sir? If I'm not wrong, it's written as DZOGCHEN. DZOGCHEN. So it is sock chain. Sock chain. No? So what do we mean by that? I'm going to touch upon a lot of things today, because what I'm trying to bring out is that our own culture has so many things for us that we need to know all that we have in our culture, and that is what the whole world is talking about. They take something from others' culture, and then the Western mind says, ki, okay, this has been written by Peter Drucker. Now, who's Drucker? I will tell you later also. But right now, how many of you know about this thing called the Great Perfection or sock chain? We can request the faculty later, but I think most of you would know. Yes, friends? Anyone has heard about it? Just raise your hand. I'm the only one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. अरे हाथ तो खड़ा कर लो यार. अच्छे से खड़ा कर लो. हाँ अपना ही हाथ है. I'll not take it away. Now the practice of the great perfection, it teaches that enlightenment comes from seeing things as they are, free from preconceived notions. If I am standing in front of you, don't make a preconceived notion कि ये तो फौजी है, तो ये कड़क होगा, disciplined होगा, बहुत कुछ होगा. Discipline is a way of life. I never say that discipline is only in the army. I always say discipline is there in every place, in every person's heart. Only thing is we call it self-discipline, and sometimes it manifests, sometimes it does not. So let's not talk about that. So you see things as they are, free from preconceived notions. It emphasizes the natural primordial state of mind, which is pure. We are talking about the mind, the spirit, luminous. It shines. That's what I said. Now your faces, all of them are shining today because you are also pure. You are yet to move out in the world and get inculcated there, and thereafter this, whatever is there outside, it may pollute you, it may not pollute you, but it does affect people. And free from all dualistic thinking. Don't think dual. Everything you start comparing ki isme acha kya hai, bura kya hai. So there it becomes a dualistic thinking. And His Holiness the Dalai Lama, he often speaks about the value of an open mind in spiritual practice and personal development. You see, Lo Jong, you talk about Dzogchen, All these things have given us what the way of life needs to be and how we can go ahead and, tomorrow once we are out on the street, how our personal development will take place. So all this is very much enshrined. I am only taking all these examples from here because I want to bring out again and again that look, our culture is so rich and so vast. We don't need to understand others' cultures. That will come later. फर्स्ट लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड कि मेरा अपना कल्चर क्या है, मेरे अपने लोग क्या बोलते हैं, मेरे गुरु क्या बोलते हैं, मेरे भगवान क्या बोलते हैं. Isn't it that way? We think in that manner only. Now if we talk about lifelong learning and improvement, in our own culture again, in where we are standing today, what we have been taught, what is the life that we are leading, it places a very high value on education. You see, they have spent so much of time teaching you all about education, how it should be promulgated, how we will become educators in your next life. That is the life beginning once you step out the portals of this hallowed academy. They also teach you about life, compassion, and this is what is required, that you keep on learning all the time. Sitting here today, what has happened? At the age of 57, in the last 4 days, I have read a bit about our culture, about our sayings, and I found it so nice that I will go further also into this, and I will make it my business to learn more and more so that I become a part of, I know everything, not everything, but what is supposed to be here and how I can become better with this. So same thing is required here, and continuous improvement we talk about. What is continuous improvement? Anyone? No, it's not there. Continuous improvement.
Learning something every day and improving yourself.
Great, ma'am.
Having this notion in the morning that today I am going to be a better version of myself.
Great, ma'am. That is very nicely put by ma'am. I think we should clap, bhai. Where are you? Don't worry, we'll have a break in another couple of slides. We'll have a small break, and then we'll go out and then see how's the weather, and then we'll see how we can play football today. One day I'll come and play football also. That I'll do. Now, continuous improvement is something like, अगर कोई चीज़ अच्छी है उसको और भी हम अच्छा बना सकते हैं. And what can become बहुत अच्छा can become better also. Correct? Every day when you do something, you can do things better. An example is, today you have gone to the class, you had to teach them alphabets. So you started teaching them rhyming alphabets. A for apple, B for bat, or B for ball, and that is a rhyme, isn't it? A for apple, B for... The third day what you thought was, okay, this is okay, next time what I should do is, let's carry a ball, let's carry an apple, let's carry everything and place them and then teach children. The third time when you go there, you say, why always apple and ball? We need to teach them new words also. So you will carry those things and do. So what is happening here is continuous. So that should happen in our lives also. That is what we are talking about, lifelong learning and improvement. His Holiness the Dalai Lama, again, I'll be quoting him a lot because he is a wonderful person, and what he tells about life, at least I have started practicing. He speaks about the transformative power of education, and he says education is the key to a better world. Today what you teach people will remain with them till the time they are alive. Even today at 57, I remember one of my earliest teachers, and sometimes when things happen, I always recall those teachers and say, okay, at that time they had taught this, so this is how I should be doing it. आपको भी याद होगा बचपन में क्या होता था when children are small. You might have seen your brothers and sisters also. You tell them every day in the evening, देखो खाना छोड़ना खराब है. Don't leave your food. It is bad. But the same thing when madam will tell the kid, that child will come back home and say, mummy, मैं पूरा खाना खाऊंगा क्योंकि because my teacher has told me to do it. So you understand the importance. A child or some student will only do things because the teacher says it. Why do they do it? Because they say, teacher hai, he is going to tell me the right thing. So this is what, we need to understand, that you all carry such a value as educators. My father was an educator, my mother is an educationist, both of them. He was in the Air Force, he was in the education branch. Until today, he is no longer with us, but when his students come, the way they come and meet us, I get tears in my eyes. They still remember. A teacher nobody will forget. You may forget everybody else. So that is the importance that we have. Okay, we'll take a break of around 10 minutes in 5 minutes and then get back. And then we'll go on with the rest part of it. Around the same amount of time is still remaining, and I hope that we'll try and finish it in time so that we don't miss out on the weather. Okay, now let's come to the next phase of the talk. Let's talk about problem solving. Okay, anybody who can tell me what is problem solving? Anyone? To resolve issues. Great. Thank you. Clap. Yeah, I think we need to practice this, Let's clap once more. Let's have more people clapping. Good. Anyone else? Problem solving. She says resolving issues.
Dealing with the situation.
Dealing with the situation. Very nice. Anyone more? Great. This side. I think this side nobody has spoken till now. My friend who is trying to sleep. I'll tell you what is the problem. I am trying to sleep. This man is not letting me sleep. Okay, let's say, when we talked about Lojong, it is basically giving you a lot of ideas how to resolve problems. Those 59 slogans that are there, or 59 sayings, or 59 ways of life, or those 59 values, they give you what exactly is the way you should go in your life. But the only thing that we need to understand is, problem solving, although it is a very mind type of thing, that it is very objective. But do also apply your wisdom and your compassion when you're trying to resolve problems. Because the type of students, the type of background the students come from, the type of problems that everybody has is different. His problems are different. His family is from a different background. Her family is different. Her family is from a different background. My friend here, he has been in the army. He had his own problems. He came out, now he is here today. He is sitting with us. इनकी problem अलग है, ये अपनी सोच अलग रखते हैं. So what we need to do is, you have to be wise enough to understand what exactly is the issue, and you have to be also wise enough to customize the solutions to every person that you meet. There is a child who is going to be very slow, who will not understand ABCD as fast as the other children. So what do? The classical method, which is there in lot of schools, is then you call the parents. No, I'm sorry. That is the wrong way to do it. You may call the parents and tell them, look, there is an issue with the child is slightly slow. What we will do is, for such a child, we will have a different class also, or I will modify my way of teaching so that that child also comes up to the level of the complete class. Now that is required. It is very easy to call the parents. Every time something happens, the child pulls the hair of somebody or something else, you can always call the parents. But then that is not being wise. So use these problem solving techniques very wisely. And here is another good saying that I have always lied. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent. Look, here we are talking about the mind. Nor the most intelligent, but the ones most responsive to change. Charles Darwin, he is the person who taught us, how life began. He is the one who taught us about chromosomes and other forms of things. So I think he must have been quite right. That is what I feel. Now I will not ask you this question. I will answer it. What is a problem? A problem is a challenge or gap between the current situation and the desired outcome that needs a solution. So what is the gap? She wants to sleep. I want to take the lecture. So the gap is that how do we sleep? So the gap, how do you fill it up? The solution is, okay, listen to this person. He will go away in another half an hour, and then I can go back home and sleep. Solution found? That is what we are talking about. And as you know, there is a Tibetan proverb, the problem is not the problem, The problem is your attitude about the problem. So the attitude should have been, okay, since I cannot leave the class, I might as well enjoy it, try and understand what is going on here, and then when I go back I can always sleep. Yes, सोने में कितना टाइम चाहिए? बहुत टाइम है मेरे पास, शाम को भी सो सकते हैं, सुबह भी. And this saying was made famous by Captain Jack Sparrow. Any idea who was this gentleman? Anyone? जोर से बोल दो यार. Pirates of the Caribbean. See, we are watching the same movies. And I used to feel that I become old, but then I found that no, age is just a number. It is how we go ahead in life. So, and what we have promised today, I think, is that we'll be playing football one day. Correct? We have to come back now. Now, once we have understood what is the problem, now let me give here in a nutshell how it is the problem solving process. I will not ask you कि क्या करते हैं, कैसे करते हैं. So the problem solving process is very simple. First of all, define the problem. What is the problem exactly? We will not take the same example. नहीं तो she'll say कि बार बार मेरे को ही बोल रहे हैं. And then break it down into smaller problems. The problem has got several sub problems, to break it down. Next, what you do, you generate solutions. For each sub problem, generate multiple solutions. Thereafter, then we do, and those solutions must be without judgment. Now what happens generally is कि I want to go and have pizza, correct? So, and the friends want to have something else. I want to get them to have only pizza today. So I will try and always, whenever somebody says something, I'll say कि नहीं यार pizza खाते हैं. Instead of doing that, don't say pizza, let everybody come out. Then what you'll find is out of 10 people, maybe 5 are saying pizza, so automatically you'll get pizza. Something like that. Then you evaluate or analyze. You analyze the potential solutions, all of them. Ki, okay, if I do this, then what goes wrong? Because there are a lot of sub problems in that. So if you have each solution, we have to find out whether it is correct or not correct for that part of your problem. Thereafter, you prioritize. You have 3 solutions. You say this is solution problem 1, this is second priority, this is third priority, and then you decide the most viable solution and then implement it. Now this is the most difficult part, is of implementing it. Now the implementation, how it will happen is, like we talked about the goal setting, if you remember. We spoke about it some time back. So what was the goal setting? What was the word that we're using for it? Smart. Make it smart. So once you have found the solution, that is your goal. So make it smart. How will I do it? When will I do it? Who all do I require? Who will help me in doing it? And what is the end position that I am going to achieve by it? Why I am saying the end position? Because if we come to the last thing in this, it is monitoring the outcome. You have to monitor the progress, because all the time when you're going through it, you will need to adjust. You'll have to check whether the process is going correctly. भाई अगर मैं रोटी बनाना चाहता हूँ, आटा ठीक से मिक्स हुआ या नहीं, has adequate amount of water come, and then it has become, dough has become that better, and then is the tawa as hot as I wanted, or will it get burnt? And thereafter, a lot of things in the process. So you have to adjust to all those things. That adjustment is called as monitoring the outcome. Now we come to your impact as a teacher. This is a very important part, which I will request you all. Let us take one answer from each row. Anybody from this side. What do you think is your impact once you become teachers tomorrow? What do you want to do? We'll have one from here, one answer from here, one answer from the third set. So let's have one answer from here. What is the impact or the role that you are thinking about once you step out from here after doing your 4 months of internship? Very simple. I'm not talking about purpose. That is still a goal. Anyone? Today evening's purpose was to have one samosa and a juice. So that was the goal that has been achieved. Okay, let's have anything at all. How are you, friend? You're writing down something. What do you think you would like to do once you become a teacher? You want to Give knowledge. Pass on knowledge. Okay, good.
Playway method.
Play?
Method.
Playway
Method.
method. Okay, playway method. Let's have something from this side. Anyone? Positivity. Inspire students. Wonderful. प्यार देना है. Good. हाँ भाई, इस जगह से कुछ नहीं आया अभी. Discipline. Very nice. Educate them and motivate them. Wonderful. You'd like to add something, maybe? To give them samosas and juice? No. Okay. Positive mindset. Madam is very correct. Wonderful. I think we are all on the same lines. You know, what we are talking about here as impact of educators, you are taking it in a very small way. You know, you are not going to be just educators, you are going to be something like spiritual guides. That is what our culture, our studies have taught us. Has anybody here been taught that you have to just go out and teach people? Anyone? No. Why do you think you are being given a holistic sort of education and environment here, in which we have always spoken about spiritualism? So what you need to understand is that people will look up to you as spiritual leaders, not only academicians. Academicians is just a simple job. You have to go to the class, 9 o'clock you go to the class, evening 5 o'clock, okay, thank you, bye bye. But then what are you doing? You are acting like one of those photocopy machines like Sharda University, Galgotia University, other universities. Every time you have a photocopy machine and you are churning out 30,000 people on the street. Out of the 30,000 people, how many of them are going to make an impact on society? I don't know. The answer is in front of you. But here what we are being taught here as a part of our culture is to be spiritual guides. Now what does His Holiness the Dalai Lama say? He says the best way to achieve happiness is to make other people happy. So if we have to make people happy, I have to be happy myself. If my spirit is happy, then I can tell, friend, you are also happy? No. Maybe he is not happy. Not now, immediately. Because I disturbed him when he was doing something else. Okay, so the basic thing is so your role as a teacher is to inspire, uplift everybody around you, give them a positive mindset, as Madam said, and do everything that you have said. Whatever you all have said, put it into one small little mixer, grind it, and that is what you are supposed to give to the society. But please understand that you are going to uplift the people from where they are today. And that is what we are looking forward to. If you see our culture today, because of various political and other factors, we are under a threat. We are a small society which is getting smaller and smaller. I didn't want to touch upon this, but then it has become my duty to touch upon this, because I have seen this, I have gone and stayed in places where people are not educated. They are just living off the cattle or otherwise, or growing a small piece of land. That is on the border that I see. So our aim is to make this society more educated, let them learn what exactly is good, and let us proliferate in the world, so that the world sees our viewpoint, what we are saying today. Saying is, teachers affect eternity, what I was talking earlier. Till the end of my life, I will always remember my teachers. Till the end of my life, whenever I see my teacher, when you see your teacher, what do? You touch their feet. Our Vice Chancellor in BHU, when his teachers came, he lay down on the feet. That is the respect that you have. Your students may become the President of USA or the Prime Minister of India. You see the PM of India also, when I think his teachers or somebody had gone to meet him there, and if you recall our erstwhile President Abdul Kalam Azad, these are where people you should take examples from. This is what I am telling you. Tomorrow people will not see you as X, Y, Z, Maneesh Sharma or whatever name. Teacher. Somebody who is respected. Somebody whom we are worshipping. That is the status that you have. Now let's talk about life beyond the classroom. One is professional life and one is personal life. Tomorrow, when you go out from here, I don't expect, or nobody here in the faculty, or nobody here who are our gurus today, expect that tomorrow you will just keep on going out and just teaching, 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 and that is all. Spiritual awakening, that is all. No. You have to have a balance and harmony. You will have your own life. You will build your career. Some people may not go into teaching. Possibility is there. You might go into other fields also. But then the aim is that of this profession of teaching is that to make you spiritual leaders, that wherever in society, in whatever job or whatever designation you go, you are able to give out good to the people. So your career, your personal aspirations, your family life, you have to have a balance. I did not have that balance, as I told you. Till the time I had that accident, I never realized it. I was like all other people, trying to become a general, trying to be more competent than the other person. All the time I am doing work, morning work, afternoon, night, out of the family. But you got to have, if you have a family, you have to manage them, look after them. You have to go to the classroom, you have to look after them. You have to go to the community, you have to look after them. You have your personal aspirations, you want to grow. Who doesn't want to grow? Isn't it? Everybody wants to grow. So maintain a balance and a harmony. And as His Holiness the Dalai Lama, he teaches, the purpose of our lives is to be happy, as we spoke earlier. But in achieving this balance, that will involve a lot of integration, both professionally, personally, and as far as family goes. Our culture, it teaches that what is very important is to serve others. That is what is taught to us. That is what is enshrined. That serving others as a path to personal and collective growth. That is what we talk about. And what His Holiness says is that service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. Isn't this what he says? Very beautifully he has brought out. That why are we serving others? We have come to this world, there is a rent I have to pay to somebody up there. It's not the rent that I'm talking about giving for a flat or for a house or for a hotel room or maybe for the car or something you will hire or buy or something else. But here what he's talking about in life, if you have been sent to this world, you have been sent with a purpose, and that purpose is to make the place spiritually better for all the people on earth. So we have to contribute to the well-being of the community. And as brought out in the slide again, as I said, I will not be speaking from the slide. It is given here that your role in education helps shape the future of the community. Now we come to something which is towards the end. We'll have a small little exercise in which what I will request you all is to, can we, we are good enough here. If you can all become comfortable, to take off your slippers, you want to take off your glasses, anything. Make yourself comfortable as possible. You may even like to go to sleep. No issue. Okay. So let's close our eyes. And if it is not comfortable to close your eyes, you may keep your eyes open also. I have no issue at all. Now just bring your attention to your breath. Notice the sensations of the breath as they enter through your nose and they leave through your mouth. Inhale. You feel the cool air that's going into your lungs through the windpipe. Now exhale. Feel the warm air which is going out from your mouth. Feel your tensions, your worries going out when you exhale. Feel the rise and fall of your chest when you inhale. Feel it when you are exhaling. Feel the contraction of your abdomen how your stomach rises slightly and then goes in. Breathe in, inhale, take a deep breath, hold it, exhale. If your mind starts to wander, just gently guide it back to something that you like. You may think about a garden or a happy place that you have from your childhood, or something that has made your life feel more wonderful, and then just listen to what is going on here, and then we'll talk again slightly later.
Close your eyes, relax. Wherever you are sitting, sit in a comfortable position. Remove your specs, anything else you're holding on. Take a deep breath, hold, slowly release your breath. Take a deep breath, hold, slowly release your breath. With a lot of oxygen in your lungs and wonderful feeling from head to toe. Feel absolutely relaxed. Now from here, imagine a beautiful window that opens up. This is a magical window. It opens up and you have wings. With your wings, you can fly out of this window. As you fly out, you can see a beautiful path going right into the future, deep beyond 100 years. There's a lot that you have to do. There's a lot of life that you have. And you have a lot of energy. With your wings you can fly. With your legs you can walk. You can even dip into deep oceans and swim with a lot of energy and a lot of oxygen. You have magical powers. Now, as you're on this path, a firm, beautiful path, look all around. You can see beautiful flowers, bright colored flowers. You can smell them. Their fragrance is wonderful. You can see butterflies fluttering around. The weather is beautiful. With a smile on your face and glow in your eyes, and a lot of confidence within you, you know that you have a lot to achieve and you can achieve a lot. There's a purpose that you have to fulfill in your life. A purpose to be successful for yourself, for your family, and the society you are living in. Look at people around. They are looking at you. They are telling their children to become like this role model. You are looking wonderful from head to toe. You are looking absolutely smart. You are wearing your wonderful dress, wonderful jewelry and a watch. Your shoes are absolutely shining and amazing. There's a smile and glow in your eyes, and people are looking at you as an inspiration. They are looking at you, they want to become like you. You are a role model for so many people. You're looking at people, you're smiling at them, you're helping them, and you're also moving on your path. You know you can fly with your wings to the heights any amount of height you can scale. You can touch the clouds, you can feel the clouds. The height of success is so amazing. And you can walk on your path again whenever you want. Again, you're walking on this path. Now you see your family members coming towards you. They're hugging you and they're saying thank you for making them proud. They're crying because they're happy. You're helping them. You have made their life wonderful. And again, with your purpose and vision and a goal, you're moving on this path. Even the divine is helping you. There's a lot of divine energy coming from the skies. Imagine wonderful golden glittering light coming towards you. It is soaking you from your head to toe. This is giving you a lot of energy, a lot of power, a lot of money. And with all this power, you're helping others, you're helping the world. You're making it a better place for people around. You're making the environment clean. You're making people happy with your ethical practices and your determination to do good for yourself, your family, and the world around. Now, you hear a wonderful voice of God which is telling you, I believe in you. I give you all my divine powers and you can achieve everything. With a smile on your face, take a deep breath, absorb all this divine energy and move on this path. With a lot of confidence, you can achieve a lot and you are achieving a lot. Take a deep breath, fill your lungs with positivity, energy, divine power, and a lot of life and determination to do good. Take a deep breath and slowly release your breath.
You can open your eyes, Dolly. Come back to Mother Earth. With this, I have come to that stage wherein if you have any questions or anything you want to say or add on and make us more knowledgeable, the podium is open.